We've had a couple here. Yeah. Australia and the West Indies. Do those sorts of things, do they matter to a player? I mean, especially when it's tight, when it could be you or somebody else, do you think, oh, I should have got that, as Bumrah prepares off his short, stuttering run, right arm around the wickets. The left-handed Cook, who dabs this with an angled bat, backward point, where the sun-hatted Jadeja does the fielding. There's no wrong.
Well, I always enjoyed the champagne.
You did, and you kept it, did you?
Oh, yes, but I mean, you used to go back to the dresser and pop it open.
Yep. Isn't it warm? What do they chill it for you?
I don't know.
It didn't really matter.
It didn't really matter.
On a hot day, even lukewarm champagne has its own reviving properties.
It does indeed. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice little add-on, isn't it?
It's very nice. It is very nice. And these are quite big bottles at that. As Bumrah continues. So Cook, who again plays an angle back but squeezes it out into the offside. Jadeja, well, he flings in at the non-striker's end, but Cook is home comfortably for his first run. After lunch, it took well over 20 minutes for him to get his first run. After lunch, I should say. This is after tea. But he's got his first run after tea, moves to 67, 124 for one. That was rather convoluted, I'm sorry, I confused
it was, I think it was actually the Oval. I think it was the Aussies who gave me the national ball, not the West Indies. But hey, it was here. It was here, because I've got a picture of it.
Yes?
Yeah,
the West Indies would have been 95? Can't be right. When he took 6 for Clayton Lambert was playing. I remember you getting caught at mid-off. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Bumrah is now into Moeen Ali, who gets one down the leg side. A good take by the diving punt, who's playing spreading good on the ground. That hurt a bit, I think. Oh, but then he's got up most spectacularly to a cheer from the crowd. Moeen Ali, we should say, I think he only scored 21 runs in that session, and 29 runs scored by Cook. He was on 37, I believe, at lunch. Because I seem to remember saying Alistair Cook remains on 37 for 20 minutes, straight after lunch. Not that I'm in any way complaining, I want to make that very clear. No, proper test cricket, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah. Bumrah into Moeen Ali again, who plays and misses at a ball just outside the off stump that went very nicely, taken well by Punt. And Andrew, do you have the answers?
Yes. Well, yeah, 29 runs in possession. Suffers 97 runs at the man of the match. You didn't get man of the match in 91 against
Robin Smith. That's right, got 100 odd.
You got just over 100,
yeah.
Well, it's always better.
Well, there you go. I must admit, though, having said that, I can remember feeling slightly miffed because it was early on in my career and I thought I'd done pretty well. And then as I got back into the dressing room,
Bumrah is it again to Moeen Ali. Down the leg side, clipped away really nicely down to deep back to square leg to 4. Super shot, man. Drifted onto his pad, so Moeen latched onto it in a flash. First boundary of the evening session, he moves to 27, 128 for 1 at the end of the first over after tea.
Yeah, and Judgy was sort of like sitting there and he sort of, getting ready for a shower and what have you, and he took off his top and he was sort of like head to toe covered in bruises. Really? Where he'd been fending off Patrick Patterson. Yeah, I know Curtly Ambrose, Courtney Walsh and a few other fellas rolling about 90 miles an hour, and then I sort of went, fair enough. I don't know what was getting cost a few hours, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, yeah, that's right, was Aussie. That's right. Was that not Aussie?
He was number 1, yeah. Sorry, 97. Was he on 97? West Indies 91, yeah.
91, of course, wasn't it?
Where did they go there?
Into the mist of time.
Yeah, he was covered, absolutely covered. Hand, forearms, chest. Oh.
Ishant Sharma will start from the Vauxhall end. Got Cook in his sights, 2 slips in a gully, and this ball jags back into Kirk.
Going down.
Ishant was convinced of this. He gave a finger wag, but the umpire, Darmasena, is unsurprisingly unmoved as that ball was surely going down the right side. Might have been a bit high to boot. They are chatting, but they have only got the one referral left, and only one wicket has gone.
Oh, he's having a look.
He's gone for it.
Oh, that's a clutch in my book.
Well, it's on first sight, and we are looking right down the pitch.
Player review for LBW, originally given not out. We start please with front foot no ball.
There we go. Now, might have got completely wrong. There's the delivery.
That's fine, it's a fair delivery. Spin vision next, please.
Not for me.
Didn't feel right. I think from the angle, lifted him very high. On the top of the flap of the pan, just below the five-man, and it's put off the ground.
Missed the back. And hip pad, we can go to the ball tracking when it's ready, please, mate.
Well, that's got to be going over the top, you would have thought. Red.
Green wickets is missing. Stand by, Kumara. I'll wait until you're on screen. So you know we confirm with it.
Just to confirm,
Screen now.
Double was missing by going over the top of the stance by quite some way, and India have lost both of their reviews.
Burnt. And not really what the review, we say it all the time, not really what the reviews are for. They're for the howler, and I'm afraid they were a little bit...
That was a punt, wasn't it?
It was a punt, you're right. Oh no, he's keeping wicket.
Yes, correct pronunciation as well.
Yeah, just felt a little bit desperation there. There's two poor reviews there, I'm afraid, by India.
He's a tall man, Ishan. He's got above the flap next delivery is defended. The wicket, there's no run. It just didn't look out from the moment you saw it, really. Actually, Sharma was the one who was most interested in that appeal. He went really up for it, and then he wagged the finger. And I think his enthusiasm has rather calmed the slips and his catches.
As soon as you see, I think mid-off and mid-on come into this play, because as soon as you see that it's hit above the knee roll,
right, yeah,
you don't go for it.
Good point, and they can see that.
Yeah,
can't they? They can better than the slip. Yeah. Sharma's into Cook again. He comes forward in defence and pushes his ball into the offside. Picked up on his carry. There's no run. Anyway, it's not the answer for me, Andrew. This is taking longer than normal.
What's this?
Oh, I've been doing 16 things at the same time.
Yeah, I see.
But there was actually 33 overs in the second session at Southampton on the fourth day.
Was there? Yep. God, blimey, that was tough, really. I can't even remember what happened on the second session of the fourth day. That was only last week. About 4 days ago, actually. 5 days ago.
Do you remember where you were on the 16th?
Well, I was at the game. After 33 overs. Did England bowl those 33 overs? Sharma in again. Worked it onside by Cook for a single. It'll be no more than that. It was a short ball. He moved across his stumps, and there's lots of space on the onside. We've seen that so many times, and we'll not be seeing it too many more times. I know the other try. 68 Cook, 129 for 1. Andrew.
India went from 46 for 3 to 126 for 4 during that session. That was mostly at Kohli-Rahane partnership.
That's right. So that was 80 in that time.
Yeah, Kohli got it getting out.
Have you found a 2-hour session that's yielded as few runs as 55? Was it we decided it was 55 or 31 overs?
Only 49 runs for 4 wickets. India Lords in the second session.
The whole session. Ruining everything. Next ball's worked into the onside again by Moeen Ali. Square of the wicket this time. Tucked off his pads around about shin height. And you can tell that Day's rather languid, can't you? When the deep back of the square leg, instead of just picking the ball up and throwing it in, actually sort of flicks it with his boot into his hand. It's almost as to say, yeah, right. 130 for 1. Moeen Ali moves to 28.
Yeah, it's funny actually. That's when Nasser and Duncan Fletcher sort of came in. They tried to, well, they did quite successfully, sort of lift the England team, and everyone had to do bits and pieces of that. One of the main things was that indeed, if you got one clip for an easy single and you were, let's say, a deep square leg, you had to hair in, right, pick it up and zip it in,
Sharma's into Cook, who tucks this again, this time backwards square on the onside. That's the third single on the leg side, and they've done a perfect angle, basically from mid-wicket, square leg, just tied down to fine leg. Cook to 69, 131 for 1 at the end of the over, 61 of them bowled.
Yes, to sort of give that impression that you're right on it, even though the bloke's been sitting there, he's undone his gloves.
It's all a bit of an illusion, isn't it? Now then, smoke up mirrors. There's a message from Carl Brown and everyone on the 242 train home.
Oh, dear.
We are stuck on a train somewhere near Stevenage. I'm so sorry, I've been there myself. Not Stevenage, but stuck on the train. I have it for the last hour, heading to King's Lynn, waiting for a mechanic to arrive by road to try and fix it. I will tell you my story on this. Can we have a hello to try and keep our spirits high whilst we listen to Tuppers and the crew? Tuppers.
Hello, keep going, keep listening.
Well, look, I can
feel your pain.
Coming back from the TMSV tail enders from East Midlands Parkway on the 916. I still haven't claimed my refund yet, which I must do. I think it was 916. Bumrah is in to the left-handed. Kirk, which works is simply onside again for Sealy. Starts running the first one quickly and then thinks better of continuing to do so. One more for him, 132 for one. Kirk moves to 70. Got on the train with Steele, Felix, White, and various people who've been playing in the game. Yeah. And we thought, oh, this is jolly. We'll get back into London about 11 o'clock and be back home by 12. The train's moving on quite nicely for about 3/4 an hour, and just between Loughborough and Leicester, and ground to a halt. Nothing then happens for about 10 minutes. Bumrah in, full ball drilled into the offside, no run. Well, it could be anything. And then the worst time, we had positioned ourselves right at one end of the train, that's where you get to. And the train, the man comes through the trolley. Suddenly this fella with a cavard, yes, the carriage thought, oh no, that's not good. That's not at all. Running Tabani man does not signal goodness. Bumrah in outside, he'll stop through the keeper and there's no run. When 20 minutes later we had this message that said, I'm sorry to inform you that no power to the front of the train. I don't know much about engineering, but power, none of it. Not good sign. 20 minutes later, said we're now going to try turning it off and turning it on. It was absolutely superb. The train has computer. So sure enough, all the electricity went off and all came back on again. There is no dice. Goes on with this, I'll try and make it. Yeah, go on. Never defended back out the wicket, there's no run. By this stage, Mark, Steele, Felix, myself and my wife had purchased all the available beverages from the trolley. Wise, very well. Get him in now to know how long he'll be here. And then the announcement came, this is an hour and a half we'd together. They say, well, we've had to call for someone just like this fella here, poor old Carl Brown, to come by road to come and fix it. So, an hour still later after that he arrived, 3/4 an hour after that. By this stage, we had finished all the beverages that we had purchased from the trolley. And he didn't really care, right? No, from Raval, so that's defended down his feet by Murray, and there's no run. And we're by this stage playing cricket along the, in the corridor. Oh, right. Yes. Yes, Felix in leggies and spending him off. Mark Steele was at silly point, sitting on a chair. Yeah. And a couple of, what is for most people a boring and long story short, we arrived back into King's Cross at 2:30 in the morning. And I got back to my house and shooting at just around 3.
I should imagine quite easy to play a straight drive. Very difficult to hook and pull on a straight.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, you really does test your technique. High elbow, Bumrah in. Oh, beats Moeen Ali on the outside edge. A beautiful ball that's moved late off the pitch. End of the over. 132 for 162 gone. Cook has 70. Moeen has 28. You very much do. The power of straight drive. Because if you play anything too square, it rebounds off the armrest. It flies into the face.
It would have been fun. It was very honest of it. We've decided to switch it off or switch it back on.
There was a lot of analysis.
It would have been nice if we were going to come up in about 5 minutes' time. Yes, we've decided that, and now we're going to try hitting it with a hammer.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's probably what they did, actually. And it's very, very frustrating. And it's particularly frustrating at 2:42 in the afternoon. Because,
it's a cheeky afternoon off.
It's not exactly. I'm on a Friday. You have my great sympathy here with this thing. And Sean was in, pushed back to the offside. That's the point where today just... So, you do get a bit of gallows from them. And every actually, you make friends with people you have no idea you would at all. It can be quite jolly. You get the whole Brit spirit. So much in, chaps. Yeah. And listening, get everyone listening in to DMS as we send our thoughts, wishes and prayers to everybody on the 2:42 for a speedy chapping with a hammer. Yeah. There was a correct route going to be beautiful, which doesn't actually mean being forced to forget everything you thought you ever knew. It means being taken off the train and walked back to Loughborough along the rails, which I wasn't looking forward to. Here comes Sharma again. cricket. We're after tea here, but we haven't yet got that sort of traditional roar sometimes get happening. It's still a sort of
How many balls has Moeen faced?
I don't know, taking a good screen. There's Isham balls outside the off-stump. Did he keep a no run? A lot.
112.
So he's 28.
Wow.
Well, he's certainly auditioning for the number by showing a great deal of diligence, isn't he just?
There's no Mo's strike rate would be...
Well, let's ask Andy.
Let's get it going.
Class 1 run every 4 balls, isn't it? 112 divided by 28.
That's exactly right.
But what, yeah.
So I don't mean today. I think what Thomas members are generally. So he's striking at 25 today. But his career strike rate would be pretty high. Higher than 25 without fairly certain number. I like the way he was telling us off for not knowing like 28 times stable there.
Yeah.
He shakes his head and was down to gullied and there's no run.
Only managed to get to 11.
It's like having a bearded Carol Vorderman next to you, wagging a finger.
Everyone knew that 28 times stable. Anyway, 52.3 is Moeen's strike rate.
Yeah, so it's under half of his
He's digging in. He's digging in.
As well he may. He's making a play for that number 3. I mean, if he was England's premier spinner and number 3, that's quite a key pivotal role in any team, isn't it?
Right.
You can barely imagine such a thing. Imagine if you've been number 3, Thomas.
Oh, no, don't think it. Sorry, that's just an horrible thought.
Yes, he wouldn't. I don't think he'd have taken to that.
No.
Well, no. Moeen's on strike again as Sharma is in. That's through to the keeper in the channel outside off stump. Very well left alone again.
I mean, having said that though, oval, you know, bat once, bat long, 500, 550.
Yep.
Pitch breaks up and the bowler then twice.
You'd want to do it that way.
That is the way.
That's the way.
So, that for as long as you can, first up, which is good.
India have got like their own. I mean, they've got some batsmen who'll probably be yearning to play on this surface, though, won't they? After the trials and tribulations of this tour, you can imagine Virat Kohli wanting to fill his boots. We should also say that money has already been secured for chance to shine with that half-century from Alistair Cook.
Yes.
Mick Jagger has been offering money for that. Sharma is in and playing and missing outside the off-stump is Moeen to complete the over, a probing over from Isham. His figures, quite extraordinarily, are 15 overs, 7 maidens, none for 21. End of the over, 133 for 1, took 71. Moeen Ali has 28 more thoughts from Phil Tufnell. Whether it will be Simon Moore.
Yep, the odd one still just bouncing outside that off stump. Moeen just rocking forward nicely, just lifted. Went past the sort of glove area. So there is a bit in it, but as this sun, it's been a nice day, nice and warm, as it sucks any moisture out of this oval pitch, I think it's going to get easier and easier, Simon.
Well, in many ways, Thomas, it's been an astonishing day's cricket. And completely out of context. It's everything we've seen so far at this level this summer.
Yeah. Bit of test cricket broken out.
No wickets, not any runs. 133 for 1. 64th over. This is Bumrah going into bowl to Cook, and Cook comes forward. Stabbing forward, goes to cover. And there's no run. India down to 2 slips to the gully, 3 saving, 1 on the offside. The mid on, and 2 men back.